So I got a question, right? Do you believe people want to live healthier and feel younger? Do you think they want to feel younger and natural? Excuse me, they want to do it naturally. And if you could achieve financial independence by recommending something that's helped you or somebody that you love, like in Porter's case, right? But people taking a different approach to health, because most time when people get in a situation, they run to the hospital, and the hospital gives some pills, and then when they come back, you run back to the hospital, and then they give some more pills, right? But our product actually treats you at the cellular level. So we don't treat the symptom, we treat the cause, right? So to get to that, this little story. Actually, you know what? Because of the time, I'm gonna stop it. Go past this story. This is it. It's called Noni. It's a kind of unusual fruit. Kind of looks like a pear with the mumps, measles, right? It don't look good in its raw form, like on the tree. It don't taste that good, but what it does is just amazing. Noni means gift from God from French Polynesia, from the natives of French Polynesia, right? But we called it, the scientific name, Morinda citrifolia. So the name of our company initially was called Morinda, after Morinda citrifolia, right? But the company's name changed earlier this year, and you're right here at the beginning of that. So just stash that away. So then it hit the Discovery Channel. Think about all the products you had in your life that ain't never been on the Discovery Channel. This product was in front of 400 million viewers, 150 countries. So you got to know that the Discovery Channel went through this thing from the top to bottom before they put it in front of all their people. This is just a little excerpt from the Discovery Channel.
Now, from the pristine environment of the French Polynesian Islands, an unusual fruit has been scientifically shown to have a multitude of health benefits.
And one food source in particular has been shown to be abundant in nutraceuticals that exhibit great benefits to the human body. The plant Morinda citrifolia L, more commonly referred to as Noni, has generated significant scientific research in the West. And as we're about to find out, these studies have led many to believe that Noni, and Noni from French Polynesia in particular, may be one of the greatest nutritional discoveries of all time.
So now, when they started studying it, all these scientists, right, they started doing clinical trials. But what people don't realize is that's a deceptive term. See, clinical trials could mean there are three types, right? One is the one that's performed in a petri dish. Another one is one that's performed on an animal like a mouse or a monkey or something. And then the third one, human clinical trials, that's the one where it's tested on people just like me and you. So you might hear about something, they say, well, it's been clinically tested. But they ain't gonna tell you on what. Was it tested on a petri dish, or was it tested on a mouse, or was it tested on a human? Well, we've had 36 human clinical trials. The reason most companies are terrified of human clinical trials, because if it's tested on humans and it finds that it does nothing, that gets published. And they don't want to take the risk of the world knowing that this product they got all over the stores literally does nothing. So they just avoid this altogether. A guy named Dr. Neil Solomon, that you'll see here in a moment, he went out and got a group of doctors, 200 of them, and 20,000 patients, and started testing Noni for different types of conditions, the ones that you see here, right? So the way that you would use this, if you had it right now, let's say diabetes, type 1, type 2. Of the 4,232 people that used it to help them with their diabetes, 84% said that it helped them. So if it helped 84% of 4,232 people, then the likelihood of it might help, that it would help you if you got diabetes, is very high. Additionally, it was entered in the physician's desk record. Now, this is when some real interesting stuff started to happen, right? Because I had a lot of doctors and nurses 19 years ago. They thought it was some kind of snake oil or whatever. You know how people get, right? So when I would open up the PDR and they would see it right next to Bayer aspirin and Tylenol and stuff everybody been taking forever, they didn't have nowhere to go with it. Because the same stuff that they're prescribing in their hospitals is right in this books, right next to all natural product that's antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, antitumor, antihelminth, analgesic, hypertensive, and I said this a lot, y'all can tell, right? With no observed side effects, right? So they have nowhere to go with it.
You're watching Fox 5 News at 10. What New Yorkers watch.
Here's Fox 5's Mary Garofalo.
I feel like I have a lot more strength. I sleep better.
Howard Schleckman is one of the millions of Tahitian Noni drinkers.
So notice, She said millions. So then it hit news, right? Then magazines, and they actually made a movie about it called The Legend of Johnny Lingo. There's a movie made about our product. And the crazy thing about it is most people don't even know what it is. You know, of the 280 million Americans, I would say less than a half of a percent know about what it is that we have here. Yet it's been on the Discovery Channel and all this stuff that's happened, right? So we found out that it helps you with your inner beauty and your outer beauty, like your skin and your hair, right? Inside, of course. And then a bunch of different ways that it can help you, right? So internally and externally, right? But our flagship product, Tahitian Noni Juice, accounts for 80% of the $9 billion that this company has produced. 80%. So this is the flagship right here. So we're really, really careful about how we process it. We want to make sure that what comes off that tree is as close as I can get to what delivers at your house, but it tastes much better, right? So we got this patented process where we pick it, we process it, we bottle it, and the only thing that we don't do is deliver it. UPS does that. Like they're delivering everything right now. It's so popular right now that everybody that uses in almost all these countries that I'm about to share with you, they love it, right? And right now we got a special that's happening for the first time in the 19 years that I've been involved, where you can buy one bottle and get free shipping, or buy 2 bottles and get 10% off in free shipping. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna just tell y'all straight up. This has a lot to do with Amazon. With Prime, Amazon forcing people to add free shipping whether they want to add it or not. But sometimes they build it in the cost. But that's not the case with this, right? This is for new customers only. See, what we all have in common, everybody wants to be healthy, because without good health, it would be hard to enjoy your money, time, or your job. But if you're making money, in most cases, you have a job, which takes a lot of your time. Now, if you got a lot of time, you probably don't have a job, which means you don't have any money. And if you have a job, you probably don't have much time because you spend a lot of your time there, and you're possibly not making all the money you want. In all the years that I've been in business and the things that I've seen, this is one of the few things that I've come across where everything that we do is focused on building your health. And right now in this country, that's a number one concern of everybody. And they got the mask on to prove it, right? You can make as much money as possible. When my mom found out how much money I ain't gonna tell you, she freaked out, right? So you can get all your time back. I ain't gonna tell you where we went to, right? But all day, we just been doing what we want to do outside of the schooling, right? I wish that same thing for you. And you can do it without having a job. I have nothing against jobs. But my mindset is, how about we make them available for the people that need them so that, you know, the grass get cut and everything keep running the way it runs, right? I just don't want one. I just want to give somebody that needs one. See, what we're doing is we're building a worldwide brand. That's what most people miss out on this. Coca-Cola's market cap, 230 billion. Now, if you don't know what market cap means, that's when all the stock that they have out adds up to. So it adds up 230 billion. But of that 230 billion, 80 billion of it is just for the words Coca-Cola. That's the same case with all these companies, right? So this $80 billion brand that sells soda that's not good for you, this $30 billion brand that Starbucks has that sells coffee that we know that's not really good for you, but tell that to somebody in the morning. They can't even get out of bed without getting that coffee, right? Well, everything that Noni does is centered around building your health. And the entire industry that we started, because we were the originators of the Noni product, right? Is 190 million. That was last year. I know we're going to build $1 billion brand right now because people are getting smarter right now. They're getting smarter. The internet is making the world smaller. So, and they want to do it in a healthy way. And once they really find out that this exists, see, this is what I mean. If it's in your refrigerator right now, all the money is gone for the most part, right? But if you're there and you were part of it back when Coca-Cola was the soda industry was $190 million and you had something to do with that, and now it's everywhere, and everywhere you go, it's Coca-Cola. That's where you want to be. And that's where we are right now. Okay, you say, well, how successful have you been, Barry? Well, Griffin Hill Consulting, a Big Six accounting firm, they did a study. In the history of business, the top 3 companies when this was conducted were Google, FedEx, and Intel for their first 5 years of growth into $1 billion. Fastest 3 companies hit $1 billion. We're number 4. Now look at all these household names that everybody knows about that's below us. In your house right now, if you got a computer, it's probably Microsoft or Apple, right? It ain't nobody on this, I don't care how healthy you eat right now, everybody on here has some McDonald's, right? A lot of you went to Starbucks today. So all of these brands right here, we shot right past them, yet nobody knows who we are. See, if the past is an indication of the future, well, it couldn't get too much better than where we are right now. So we're occupying this space here in the middle. That's between created food, our product has better nutrition in that, and created medicine, our product has none of the side effects of that, but very similar results. This space, this Noni space that exists here, most companies are not even thinking about this space, right? Debt-free, when we sold our company, we were debt-free. We're based in Provo, Utah. Anytime you think of Noni, you think of Tahitian Noni. We created the brand, offices all around the world in many different countries and in many different languages. Like I said earlier, oh, this is the wrong slide. It's actually $9 billion now, but that ain't the best part. 53%. In the case of $9 billion, $4.77 billion paid back in commissions to people just like me and you. So you might say, well, why? Why do they spend all that money? Well, most companies trying to make $4 billion, they're going to pay out $4 billion. Let me share with you in a moment why. And we got this whole idea, man, let me fix this right now because this is going to drive me nuts. Well, I can't fix it right now because I did it on my app. I did that on my Windows machine. Now I'm on my Mac. So anyway, we're going around gobbling up companies. I'm going to give you the short version of what we're doing. So Walmart is a one-stop shop. You can go there and eat, shop, get food, get your nails done. I mean, Walmart is like a strip mall, all in one building, right? Then Amazon comes along and say, okay, they still got to go somewhere. How about we send it to them? So now at Amazon, you can get your groceries, you can get your clothes, you can get everything you think of that you can get from Amazon, right? It's a one-shop stop. So what we're going to do is we're going to make NewAge, our parent company that I'll tell you about in a minute. That's going to be the one-shop stop in our industry. So they bought Mirinda first, then they bought Eric's, Zenoa, Limu, Mavi, and some company called Shannon second. And they're just going to keep adding to the portfolio. And the more and more companies that we bring in, the more and more opportunities that you have to get something that you want without leaving our ecosystem. I think it's freaking brilliant. What's the proof that it works? Walmart did it in their industry. Amazon did it in their industry. We're just going to do it in ours. We're already a $500 million global enterprise. But you think it's going to get smaller as we add more companies? It's going to get bigger. You want to get, you just got on, when, right? You don't want to be here when it's company 100, all right? This is the time where you want to be, especially if you got stock. Because we are publicly traded, right? Let me go back to that. So we're publicly traded on the stock market under the ticker symbol NBEV, right? NBEV. It was an $85 million reverse merger. A reverse merger is when a smaller company buys a bigger company. That typically happens when a bigger company wants to go public, but not go through all that red tape that's associated with going public, right? But there's an aspect of what we're doing that I can't even talk to you about because I don't even fully understand it. All I know is called click and pay. But anyway, I can't even get into the details of it, but I'm excited about it because we're in front of it. So this is what we do, right? Everybody's trying to sell their products and services to somebody else. That's how they make their money, right? Most time they use expensive advertising, print TV spokespeople that you're spending millions of dollars before you get one customer. See, the Super Bowl ad, they didn't pay for it after the ad was aired. They paid for it before they aired it. So whether they don't even know how many customers they got out of that $1 million a minute, whatever it costs, right? But see, we think that's kind of crazy. How about this? How about we take this money, millions of dollars, right? And every time you introduce somebody to our product or our business model that we call direct consumer, guess what? You get paid for that. And the only reason I'm on here, and you're not right now doing this presentation probably because I've been telling more people, I got a big mouth, right? In this case, you can get paid from a big mouth. So let's keep going. Unlike all the traditional things that's associated with starting a business like this, spending a bunch of money, licenses, fees, all this kind of insurance, just becoming a part of our business model takes care of that, right? So you don't have to worry about that. A whole closet full of stuff, none of that stuff you have to worry about. We ship using, like I just shared with you earlier, UPS. It typically takes about 2 or 3 days from the order to delivery of our product. $35. 19 years ago, I paid $35 to become a part of this business, right? 19 years, right? 19 years later, it's still $35. Like, hold on, what about inflation over the 19 years? That ain't the part that we're interested in. The part that we're interested in is building this army of mobile walking stores that everything that we have available for people to purchase, they can take advantage of, right? They didn't have to make this available to people like me and you. They could have went to Sam's Club, like everybody else seemed to do. But we think this is like a walk-in Sam's Club. You can put it that way, right? Now, there's a basic builder position. It's $35 plus the cost to qualify, which is 120 points. And business builder, which is $35 plus the cost to qualify, which is 240 points. Now, what's the difference? One of them allows you to get paid 7 main ways. The other allows you to get paid 6. Now, when I had a job, there was only one way I got paid. That was pretty much when they wanted to pay me, right? But truthfully, there was no multiple ways of making money. You know, once a month, every 2 weeks, or maybe once a week. And here, anytime you do anything that results in volume, you get paid for that the very next week. I love that. Now, with the business builder, you see highlighted in white, you get the weekly business builder bonus, right? It seems to me that if I was going to get in a business something that's called a business, I would choose a position that's got business in the title, but that's just me. So anyway, when you have other people get started and qualified as a business builder, $100 bonus is paid out. That can be in a week, that can be in a month, that can be however long it takes. So I can make my goal say, I'm not going to stop talking to people this week until I get 10 people and they get qualified. You might have to talk to 20 to get 10 because it's all a numbers, everything's a numbers game, right? But in that week, that's $1,000, right? What if you mess up and it only turns to $700? What, you gonna send it back? No, you're gonna pocket it, right? So we produce the income that's paid to people just like me and you on our website. You go to NoniNewAge.com, you scroll down to the bottom, you click income statistics, and this pops up. And I know you can't see it, so I zoomed it. The range is from $76 to $241,000 a month. There's somebody over here that makes that, probably more than that, because this is a couple years old, right? Now, I can attest to $241 a month, but yeah, everything right next to that, I can tell you that one. I can tell you that one works, right? So anyway, in addition to all those 7 ways, you got all these other ways that they reward you, like an area developer program, which is bonus that you get for opening areas. That's what it's called, an area developer, right? And cars, right? Watches. I ain't gonna tell you what I got, right? But people that receive Breitlings over here, Rolexes, all kind of stuff, right? Just how about somebody giving you a Rolex for you building your business that's making you money? I think they're crazy, but at the same time, I'm like, that's brilliant. Some people might work hard for the Rolex they didn't do for the money. I don't know, right? But I just think it's brilliant, right? Also, the ability to qualify for something called a centurion bonus, in which you receive $100,000 in stock and $100,000 in cash. They didn't have a centurion bonus at my job. They had a bowling league. She didn't get nothing for it. So anyway, one of my favorite things is this most misunderstood thing about having a home-based business. You get all the benefits of a home-based business once you become and work with us, right? This is a friend of mine. Her name's Dorothy. She works for Home Depot, right? She said that she never received more than $400 to $500 a month on her tax returns. She's single, homeowner, you know what I'm saying, employed for years, right? Her first year working with us, her federal tax return was $5,972. That was about $5,700 and some dollars more than she spent to start working with us. I think that one benefit alone should get somebody to want to do what it is that we do. You can build your whole business from your laptop or your computer or your smartphone. Right now, I'm on my iPad, but I do this from my laptop all the time from the car. Y'all see me at the park with my kids doing the presentation, right? Using my iPhone when I don't have my laptop. I use my iPhone, got the same presentation on my iPhone. There's no excuse, right? Wherever you are, because of what's happening right now. This is pretty much how everybody's doing business anyway, right? You get the ability to use your smartphone and do something called NewAge Pro. As a business builder, you get that service for 30 days for free. And then after that, a small cost. right? If you're not using it right now and you're in the business, you can upgrade to it at any point that you want. The only other thing associated with you making money right now is that 120 points that I just highlighted, but let me kind of break down a little bit, right? So everybody's trying to get a check, right? And everything that they do. Everybody's always telling me how much they love their job. Oh, I love my job. I love what I do. Let them cut the checks. Watch how quickly you unlove that job, right? You know, if you love it so much, go for free, right? And there are some people that do that, and I always applaud those people. But in most cases, they're going somewhere for 8 hours a day because they're looking for something. They're trading their time for dollars, right? So you're doing this now. You put some people in the business this week who want to try the product or who are interested in what it is that we do, our direct-to-consumer business model, right? Well, you got to have 120 points by the end of the month to ensure that you get your commission, right? No matter how big commission is. So, well, what's 120 points? 4 33-liter bottles of Tahitian Noni juice accounts for 120 points, plus many other ways to get it through all our other various products. But 120 points is all you need. So now, the cost to ship a case of Tahitian Noni juice to my house is $157.33. That's what it costs to get my 120 points to run my business, right? Well, Hector, the guy that cuts my grass, right? Oh, really, he cuts the neighbor's grass. The guy that cuts the neighbor's grass, he needs stuff to run his business. He got to have lawnmowers, gasoline. He's got a guy that works with him. He used to cut my grass. He don't cut my grass anymore. But anyway, so now he's got to pay these people to help him make more money than he's paying, right? Every business has a cost, right? But check this out. They're going to run into people that don't want to be a part of the business model. That's okay, but they love the product. They see it on Discovery Channel. They see it in the PDR. They see it. They say, I want to try it. And then it starts helping them, and it's just like water. People always ask me, I got to drink for the rest of my life? Stop drinking water. See what happens, right? Yes, you got to drink for the rest of your life. Stop putting gas in your car. Watch how quickly you start walking, right? So in this case, to get the benefits of the product, you got to keep putting it in your body, right? So people start drinking it. They say they're going to drink it the rest of their life, right? Well, if 3 of those individuals buy their bottle from you every month, you take that cost that you just earned to get those 3 bottles, which in this case is $158, and you use that to take care of that $157. So now the cost to run your business is $0, and you get a bottle of Tahitian Noni juice for free. I ain't never seen another business model like that, which is why I love what it is that we do. You can make crazy money without even spending any money. That's crazy. I love it. So anyway, like my partner that was on here first, James Tucker, as smooth as he is, that dude knows a lot about how to make this type of business work. So it would behoove, see, unlike a W-2 mindset, see, at a job, the boss don't want you to know everything you know, because you can take that knowledge across the street and become a competitor. So you're only going to get given what you need to know to make your portion of that business work, right? Well, our business is different. So you get paid on the people that you introduce and that they introduce. So you want the people that know lower than you to know everything you know plus more, because the more money they make, the more money they make, the more money you make. So now you're not creating competitors because they're part of your business. So you ain't gonna sit there and try to lie to them, don't tell them, give them half truths. You're gonna give them everything. Cause if they blow up, you blow up, right? You sit on top of it. Beautiful, beautiful concept, right? So we use Zooms, regionals, nationals, international trainings to help people just like you and me learn more and more about how to build our business.
My parents taught me to be skeptical. Don't believe everything you see on TV. It's healthy. It keeps you safe. It keeps you from making bad decisions. When I see infomercials peddling magic weight loss pills, hair loss cures, or money-making schemes, my skeptical meter tends to go off. When it comes to money-making schemes, companies often use financial freedom as a selling point. Financial freedom is a good thing, but when it's coupled with images of yachts, big cars, or bling, most people become pretty skeptical. The reason? Financial freedom for most isn't having millions of dollars. It's being able to cover their expenses more easily with more security and still have some left over at the end of the month. So, for most people, that means making somewhere between $2,000 to $4,000 a month. It means more control. It means getting your life back. Think about it. What does financial freedom mean to you? If your expenses were met and there was leftover money every month, if you felt that kind of security, how would that change what you're doing today? What would you stop doing? What would you start doing? To me, that'd be real freedom. So what, right? That's a great thought, but it's not reality. Or is it? Is it possible to make that type of money? Answering that can take a bit of time, but let me assure you, there is an answer. And it's not phony. It's nothing to be skeptical about. To start, let me ask you a couple of questions. First, do you believe people want to live healthier and feel younger? Second, is there a natural way to feel younger, healthier? Third, would you like to achieve financial freedom, your financial freedom, by helping others to take a different approach to health and longevity? Well, there is a company in Provo, Utah that has been developing natural solutions to health and creating opportunities for real financial freedom since 1996. Welcome to Tahitian Noni International.
You know, I feel like I've been screaming at y'all right now. I apologize if you take it that way, right? I get so freaking excited. 19 years later, you can swear I've been in this business 19 days, right? And I think that's cool, right? We got some of my business partners, they help build the business, and we kind of piggyback on each other's presentations, right? So my business partner, Wayne Duncan, he has a training that he does every Friday at 9:30 p.m. It's awesome. My business partner, Trish Bain, that is a side partner, right? She does a presentation at 8 p.m. on the days that you see here. And Trish, this might be an old one, so if it is, correct me, because I'm looking at it and it seems like it's too many days, right? But she does something called a Hope Call where people get on here and give their live testimonies. And the whole call is just a call of testimonies. I love it, right? And then tonight at 8 p.m., our company actually comes in and helps train us and give us information about new things that are coming, so you can be ahead of the game as it relates to what most people are doing who are not using this Zoom at 8 p.m. It's called the Miranda Webinar Wednesday, right? So this guy, he introduced me to the business. His name is Bill Kirtley. And it was pretty smooth how he did. He said, because we were in another business, we were making money somewhere else. He said, hey, I got something you might want to look at. That's all he said. 6 months later, I looked at it. I always wish he had to put me in a headlock and made me look when he first told me. Because in that 6 months, I ain't gonna even tell you, it was crazy. I'm gonna just leave it alone, right? It was crazy though. Financially, it was crazy, right? So this is me, right? I grew up in those projects that you see behind me right there. That was the one right over my right shoulder. I lived there from 4 years old until I went into the military, right? So it doesn't matter about where you came from. You know what I'm saying? It's about where you're going. Where I went was the place down at the bottom, right? This is my best friend. We've been friends since he was in kindergarten. I'm in first grade. I told him, right? And then he told his friend. And then guess what? He told a guy named Daniel Sistrom that told a guy named Harry Flynn. Well, guess what? Harry Flynn was the uncle of Valencia Pompeo. And she came over here and just trying to blow the frame out this thing. And then she turned around and told her other business partners. So it's kind of like you just share with people that you care about. They take advantage of the product and they do something with it. You get rewarded from that. Here's the best advice I can give somebody who's looking at this the first time. It is not a convincing business. It is a sorting business. I'm gonna give an example, right? The first time I went to Tahiti, right, with this company, I met a guy, he dived for pearls. So, you know, that's pearls, they come in a little shell, right? You gotta open them up to see if they got a pearl in them. You don't open them up while you're under the water holding your breath. You throw them all in a bucket. You come up, take some air, sit down, open the shell. If it's got a pearl in it, you keep it. But if it don't have a pearl in it, you throw it back in the water. The novice, this is what the novice does. Why you ain't got no pearl in you? Man, let me tell you all the benefits of having a pearl. You get this, that, and you spend 3 days screaming at a pearl that ain't got a pearl on it, or a shell, I should say, or whatever you call it. I can't think of the name of it right now, but y'all know what I'm saying. Something that doesn't have a pearl in it, we should just shuck throat, pearl, shuck throat, pearl. That's the secret to this whole industry. So the people that talking about you got to go through all your friends, you got to be at the top, you got to do it. No, me and James Tucker and a lot of my business partners, we would just shuck pearl, shuck, shuck pearl, shuck pearl, shuck pearl. But we did that faster than most people are doing it right now. So I run into 3 types of people every time I do this, right? The number 1 type person was excited like when I first saw it. I couldn't sleep the day that I saw it, that night. That's a really good indication that you're a number 1. If you can't sleep, because you know people out there right now, they're wearing face masks and hand sanitizer and you know what I mean? But what happens if the COVID gets past the hand sanitizer, the face mask, and the gloves? You need to build your immune system. That's your last line of defense, right? So you want your last line of defense to be strong. So is there a need for our product? More so now than ever before. But for the number 1 type people, hold on to your money, because it ain't about your money. It's about you understanding the benefits of the product, what it does, and how we build your business. Today, you just saw what we do. This is what we do. How is the training that I'm doing this Saturday at 11 a.m. to share with you how to do it, right? Then there's the number 2 type people. Well, guess what? They got a lot of questions. I want to tell you a lot of questions I done got. It's kind of crazy, right? You know, has anybody ever died from the juice? No. Is there a possibility that you'll run out of it? Well, as long as there's a sun and rain that makes stuff grow, no, right? They give, I know I'm tripping, right? But they give this whole list of stuff before they make a decision, right? Sometimes when you want to make a decision, right, just ask somebody that might know that can lead you to the answer. But if they're asking you and you don't know that answer, just tell them I don't know. Let's get on the training. We can learn together because a lot of time the answers are on the training. So go to the training, get the answers that you want, and then make a decision. Then there's the number 3s. These people that are not interested. I'm gonna tell you why I like the number 3s when they tell me they're not interested right out the gate. Because I can get to shucking and finding the pearls instead of sitting there wasting time with a number 3 that didn't want to get involved in the business to begin with. So just tell me, hey, I'm not interested right now. I'm over here doing this. That is great. Could you do me a favor? I'm trying to get a promotion with this company that'll help me and my family in a great way, right? So could you try a bottle of Tahitian on the juice or a case of Tahitian on the juice to help me with this promotion, please? In most cases, they're so intrigued by the testimonies, the PDR, the Discovery Channel, and the fact that they want to help you. They're kind of like, sure, I'll try one, son. I'm just kidding. They say, yeah, but they'll try it. And that's all you want you to do. Because see, you can't drink a case of Tahitian orange juice without it just affecting you, and you know it. Sometimes a bottle will, sometimes it won't, depends. But just drinking some in a glass, I don't get that a whole lot of. Or a shot. All right, this is my idea of shots, right? Go to a bar and you trying to drink your dream and say your woes away. Try to drink it away with a shot. See how much that ain't gonna happen. And nobody I ever know could feel the effects of alcohol with a shot. It's gonna take more a shot for you to feel the benefits of this product. And sometimes more in a glass, sometimes more in a bottle. I just tell my friends, drink it till you feel something. Because guess what? If you feel nothing, you can return all the bottles that you drank and get all your money back. So the only thing you got to lose is what you deal with, what you're going through. But to the number 3s, thank you for taking time to take a look at what we're doing. But more importantly, thank the person that invited you to see this, because they put you in front of something that not only could it change your life from a health perspective, but from a financial perspective also. So they care enough about you to put you in front of this. That's a good friend, right? Remember, this Saturday at 11 a.m., I'm going to do a presentation just like this, followed by training, right? At 8 p.m. today, you're going to hear from our corporate side to see what it is they got to offer us this day. And there are many other people out there that are doing presentations just like this that will allow you, without getting dressed, getting in your car, and me flying all the way to Japan like I used to do, right? To sit down and hook up my laptop to a projector to say to them what I'm saying to you right now. Thank God for Zoom. I'm right here in my Zoom room, right? So anyway, I'm done. My name is Barry Bird. I'm so excited for what it is that we have and for what it can do for everybody that drinks it and everybody that shares it. I don't see no gray areas. You drink it, you get healthier. You share it, you get wealthier. What's the problem? I don't see no problem, right? So look, with that, get back with the person that invited you to see this. Let them know if you're number 1, a number 2, or a number 3, right? And if you're number 1 or 2, I'll see you this Saturday at 11 a.m. so we can kind of share with you how to do what it is that we do. Until then, take care. God bless. and I wish you the best that God has put available for us to have, right? Until then, bye.